very good day, dear Professor Dr. Kamaran Nisham and fellow classmates. We are from Group 2, we are presenting our first group project. The industry we chosen is healthcare industry. Before we get into the presentation, let me introduce our group members. I am Kumudan Ravichandran along with my group members Nur Avni Shakira, Nur Kamarina, Lau Liling, Tan Jingweng, and Muhammad Izul Azizi. The three companies that were chosen under healthcare sector in Malaysia are Top Glove Corporation Berhad, Harta Lega Holdings Berhad, and Supermax Corporation Berhad. First and foremost, Top Glove Corporation Berhad is known as a leading manufacturer of disposable rubber gloves, exporting over 2,000 customers in 195 countries worldwide. Next, with an annual production capacity of 13 billion gloves, Harta Lega Holdings Berhad is the largest exporter of knitted gloves and a producer of synthetic rubber gloves in the world. Lastly, Supermax Corporation Berhad is a leading international manufacturer, distributor and marketer of high-quality medical gloves.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Izul Azizi bin Salihuddin and my meter number is 275543. I will explain about economic and industry analysis. In economic analysis, firstly, we have a monetary policy. Okay, so what is meant by monetary policy? The operation of a bank negara currency board that decide the amount and rate of the development of the money supply which affect interest rates. Monetary policy divides into two categories, which is expansionary and contractionary. Next, we have a fiscal policy. A fiscal policy describes the usage of government spending and tax policies to affect macroeconomic variable. For example, employment, aggregate demand, and inflation. Next, we go to the economic factors that are relevant in economic analysis, which is the gross domestic product, known as GDP. GDP is the total market value of completed goods and ventures made inside a country boundaries over a certain period. According to the graph, the GDP decreased from 343.0 billion to 336.3 billion due to Malaysia imposing a nationwide lockdown for 14 days as of June 2021. Meanwhile, only several economic and service sectors were permitted to open. Thus is inflation. Inflation refers to an increase in the price of goods and service. Based on the graph, the consumer price index in October 2021 increased 2.9% from 122.8 to 123.7 due to rising fuel price and discontinuation of electricity bill discount given by government. Next, I will explain about industry analysis. Industry analysis is a tool to determine the firm's position relative to other competitors in the industry. The majority of the capital is for expanding capacity and improving its facility, creating staff dormitories, and developing its nitrile rubber latex processing plant and the surgical glove sterilizing factory. In addition, Harta Lega, Top Glove, and Supermax compete with each other in the healthcare sector. They also compete with other competitors.
Hi, my name is Nur Avni Shakira binti Shamsuddin. Message number is 264299. Okay, first, current ratio. From the table, we can see that these three companies had a good current ratio because the value was greater than 1. It means that these three companies have enough liquid asset to pay off its short-term obligation. Secondly is quick ratio. From the table and graph, we can see that these three companies had a quick ratio of greater than 1, except Supermax and the Top Glove in 2019. This shows that Harta Lega had the best performance because it had the higher quick ratio and the ratio was greater than 1. This shows that it can pay off its obligation immediately. Okay then, inventory turnover. Overall from the table, all three companies had a high inventory turnover and value also increased. We can see that the Supermax had the best performance because the highest inventory turnover can help its liquidity and financial soundness by reducing the amount of cash invested in inventory. Next, for account receivable turnover, we can see that these three companies were having stable account receivable turnover ratio. The best performance for the account receivable turnover was Top Glove because it had the highest value in year 2020 and 2021. This means that Top Glove can collect its receivable more frequently every year.
A very good morning, Doctor. My name is Tanjung Mesham 27462. Now I'll start to discuss about leverage ratio. Firstly, is a debt to equity ratio. According to the chart, Supermax has an inconsistent debt to equity ratio because of the extremely high ratio in 2020 caused the stock to be a higher risk for the investor. While Harta Lega with a lower ratio that had the best performance because the stock was at lower risk to the investors. Next is a debt ratio. According to the chart, these three companies are having a healthy debt ratio, while the best performance for the debt ratio among these three companies is Hartalega, because of the company with a lower debt ratio had a lower financial risk. Next is the profitable ratio. Firstly is the net profit margin. According to the chart, these three companies are having a healthy net profit margin, while Supermax having a higher percentage indicate that it was a more profitable company that had better control over its costs. Lastly is the return on equity. According to the chart, these three companies are having a good return on equity, while the best performance among these three companies on a return on equity is the Top Glove company. This is due to that this company earned 108 cents on each 1 ringgit of the common stock equity in the year of 2021. Alright, that's all for my presentation. Now I'll pass on next member for continue it. Thank you.
Good day everyone, my name is Lau Li Ling, metric number is 269853. Overall, the earning per share of Hartalega, Supermax and Top Glove were good. Supermax has the best performance because the investor could earn 1.44 cents for every share they hold in 2021. Supermax with higher EPS show the investor were willing to pay more for the stock if they believe Supermax have the higher profit relative to its share price. Next, Hartalega, Supermax and Top Glove have inconsistent price-earning ratio because the ratio dropped significantly in 2021. However, Supermax has the best performance during 2021 as it decreased at the lowest number compared to others. In addition, the stock of Hartalega, Supermax and Top Glove are overvalued because the intrinsic value in 2022 is lower than the price on 1st December 2021. Many financial analysts expect the demand for Hartalega glove will increase due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Next, many financial analysts expect the earnings of Supermax in 2022 and 2023 will decrease because of the lower average selling price and volume. Furthermore, the rising operating and social compliance costs also erode Supermax profits. Moreover, many financial analysts estimate the earnings of Top Glove in 2022 and 2023 will drop because of rubber glove average selling price decrease. Meanwhile, the reduction in the average selling price of rubber glove is mainly due to the increasing vaccination rollout. In summary, Hartalega can generate more revenue compared to these others because of the rising local demand for gloves. Some financial analysts expect Hartalega could have a positive future outlook compared to the others. Hence, investors should purchase Hartalega stocks. That's all about me. Thank you.
Hello and hi, my name is Nuka Marina with method number 267656. So for technical analysis, there are 4, which is MACD, Relative Strength Index, Moving Average and Support and Resistance. So first, based on the MACD graph, we suggest that the investor to buy Hartalega and Supermax stocks because the stock price increase and we believe that their price will grow in the future but not for the Top Glove. Okay, next for the RSI, we recommend the investor to buy Hartalega stock because the RSI is between 40% to 60% and the stock may increase in the future. But for Supermax and Top Glove, we recommend to hold the stock because the RSI is below 45% for the past few days. So next is MA. MA is a trend to smooth the data. So based on the MA trend, it showed that there are an uptrend for the price of Hartalega. So we suggest to buy the stock. For Supermax, we suggest to sell the stock because it shows the price is declining. And for Top Glove, we suggest to hold the stock because we believe the price will increase in the future. As for the support and resistance, for Hartalega, we recommend to hold the stock because the stock are possible to search and reach the second resistance line in the future. For Supermax and Top Glove, we suggest to hold the stock because there is downtrend in the stock price.
In a nutshell, Top Glove, Hartalega and Supermax have faced profitability during COVID-19 due to the demand in the healthcare sector. These three companies also have faced growth in terms of sales and annual manufacturing capacity. By analyzing these ratios, Hartalega is able to maintain the company's liquidation and debt among these three companies because Hartalega has generated cash to buy additional assets or pay back their creditors quickly during COVID-19 crisis and carries less debt compared to its total assets. Thank you.